So, very warm welcome to all the members, especially the new ones. And Seekers is a community of people where we come together every Sunday to explore deeper questions of life through conversations with artists, writers, musicians, scientists, scholars, contemplatives. Once in a month, we talk to each other and get to know each other. That's the first Sunday of every month. Um, this is the second Sunday. We believe wisdom can be found wherever there's sincerity, there's beauty, there's a genuine search for truth. So, Seekers is a program of the DhunAnand Foundation, a nonprofit organization whose mission is to support artists who are serving the planet. And we are so fortunate to have Kuljeet ji with us. It'll be a little different from our normal conversations. For the first about 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes, I'll do a Q&A with Kuljeet ji. And after that, we'd love to open the conversation to all of us. Please have your questions ready, your reflections, your thoughts, your experiences. And the best sort of seeker conversations are the ones that we create together. So I'm looking forward to that part. But before that, let me just do a very quick introduction to Kuljeet ji. Kuljeet ji is an acclaimed theater artist from New Delhi. He used to teach English at the University of Delhi. He's the founder of Atelier Theatre and the Mercy Creative Residency. Or is it Miraki?
मेरा की
Miraki. Miraki Creative Residency. Um, his work sort of brings together theater, music, literature, history, stories. Um, and I've experienced this myself in California when he came in the past couple of months. I attended at least two programs, and they were done so well. That was his latest production of Daastaan-e-Nanak, which is one of his productions. He does others. It explored the life and philosophy and teachings of Guru Nanak through this beautiful tradition of storytelling and music. So, fresh off his North America tour, many of us are here in the Bay Area and have seen him. So, Kuljeet ji, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a real honor to have you with us. And perhaps I'll start with one question. Um, Tell us a little bit about what first drew you to the stage. Was there a moment that sort of you realized that storytelling wasn't simply something you enjoyed, but something you were meant to dedicate your life to do? Because what you have done is you used to be a professor, and now you sort of gave that up, and now you're doing this full time. So tell us about how you started and how you sort of came to dedicate your life to theater.
right. I come from a family where nobody practiced theater ever in the last n number of generations, as I look at, and also from the family where there was no tradition of reading, writing, and things on those lines. My father was a businessman, and also you see the cousins and the nephews and the nieces, they all were into some sort of business or a professional career where either they are studying IITs or becoming whatever, but not artists. Humanities what not was never preferred in the kind of home I grew up. I studied science till class 12th, and after that, I decided to take up BA honors in English literature in the University of Delhi without knowing what I'm getting into. Uh, Fortunately, I scored well enough to get that course, and I think that was the beginning of the complete uh, change with regard to looking at life, with regard to what is the purpose of life. And I met some brilliant teachers during my 3 years of undergrad. And I think those teachers, when they were teaching Aristotle or Plato or Greek tragedy or modern Indian drama or Sanskrit drama or the world literature, it took us to another realm. During my college years, there was this theater group I was a part of, which was the student theater group, and I thought I'll help them backstage. Maybe I'll try and give them some sort of chai samosa support as a
Yeah.
backstage person. Uh, Dr. Javed Malik, who was one of our teachers, also the convener of the Drama Society, the college theater group, he said, "You're a very serious person in terms of your work. Why don't you join the group on a regular basis?" And Shivpriji, that was the beginning of my theater career. In
Mm.
my first year, I was only observing, doing production work, taking care of my actors. Second year, I got a tiny role, and I was really nervous about it. My knees were sort of trembling when I went to the stage. I remember. And in third year, I got a bigger role. Bhisham Sahani's play, I remember, called Muavze, in which was given a kind of role which required rigorous training and practice. I was not trained enough to do that bit, but then uh, did 4 shows of that play. And I think post my undergrad days, during which I studied drama in the classroom, practiced it outside, I realized that this is something worth learning. I never thought I'll go this long. Not at all. I never thought I'll go this long. There was no plan, no vision, but I was enjoying that moment wherein studying literature in the classroom was happening. We were doing some textual understanding of theater, literature, and post college, you're rehearsing what you studied in the college, what you studied in the class. So there was kind of parallel things happening.
Mm-hmm.
Then a lot of people thought I'll go to National School of Drama, which I did not. I decided to do masters in literature, and I also worked with a few National School of Drama graduates, including Royston Abel, Adil Hussain, and a lot of known ones in India. And I learned further how to hone skills in theater. And during this time, when I was working with Mr. M.K. Raina, who's a very renowned theater person from Delhi, I asked him what to do now. He said, "Start your own theater group." And I took it really seriously. I
Was
started
he joking?
Atelier.
Was he joking?
I
You
don't
don't
know.
know.
I
You
said,
don't know.
sir, मैंने सीख तो लिया अब मैं आगे क्या करूं? And he said, start your own theater group. Maybe he was trying to tell me, you think of running a theater group, it's a difficult ball game, baby.
फिर तेनू पता
Do it.
चलेगा बच्चों तू करके देख है ना
मैं कर लिया जी सीरियसली मैं सीरियसली सोच लिया 2002 ਵਿੱਚ which is some 23 years back. I went to this registrar of society's office and I said I want to start uh, a not for theater company and not for profit theater company. And he said, "What's the name?" I filled up Atelier Theatre and got my registration done in 750 rupees. And उस समय वेल होंदी सी कुछ काम नहीं जाके ਅਸੀਂ रजिस्ट्रार ऑफिस ਦੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਬੈਠ ਗਏ उसके साइन कर दो साइन कर देता and everything was taken care of. Never ever I thought we'll run it for 23 years. Never ever I thought we'll do Daastaan-e-Guru Nanak. Never ever I thought we'll go to California. Never ever I thought we'll speak like this about the production. So I think uh, there are some forces which are guiding you, and you see, coming from a middle class family, you want to have a settled job. After 7 years of studying BA, MA, MPhil, pursuing PhD, I got a job in the college teaching. I was enjoying it. 7 years down the line, I was asking myself, is it really what I wanted to do? And 10 years after completing my college professorial job, I resigned. And everyone was telling me, Kuljeet, don't do this. You have invested 10 years in this job. Don't do this. And I said, I want to make something in the mountains, which is called Meraki Arts Residency, Creative Residency. College would not give me leave for more than 2 days. I can't build it. And they said, maybe after retirement, do it. I said, no, I can't do it till my retirement to build it. And yeah, I would be honest. I think perhaps that was the best decision I ever took. My mother didn't like it. She hated me for resigning from my job, but I think that's the best decision I took. And teachers who told me don't do it, now they understand why I did it, because they come to Miraki and feel blessed. And now they say, "Tu changa kita, tu chhad deti si naukri, nahi te
कि
banna nahi si."
असी तो फंसे हुए हैं, तू निकल गया है ना.
खुद निकल गया.
That's the
Yeah.
blessing of Guru Nanak. I mean,
That's right.
I have experienced that as well a few times. But let's ask you about just some background on what is Daastaan-e-Guru, and tell us about Daastaan-e-Nanak. How did that start? So if you can give us some background on that.
Yeah. So Dastan Goi is the Urdu, the storytelling in the Urdu tradition, in the Urdu speaking tradition. Say Dastan means kahani, story. Goi means to tell. So one who tells the story is called Dastan Go. Dastan Goi is the form. It was in 2015 when I attended a workshop in Delhi. It was a week-long workshop by this maestro Dastan Go, Mahmood Faruqi and Danish Hussain. So they were offering this workshop, and I read about Dastan Goi there, and I felt it's not a typical way of doing theater. It's slightly different. I went for the class, and they said we will be doing it in Farsi, Urdu Farsi. Would you be comfortable? I said थोड़ी बहुत भाषा तो मुझे आती है, लेकिन मैं लिपि नहीं पढ़ सकता. मेरा मेरा तलफ़्फ़ुज़ साफ है. मतलब मैं जा और जा का सेंस मुझे पता है, और गा और गा को कैसे बोलना है ये सब पता है. Because I come from Uttar Pradesh, UP, where most of my friends were from the background जहाँ पर भाषा बहुत साफ बोली जाती थी. So I went to Mahmood and I started learning the art of Dastan Goi. And after 7 days, I said, "What next?" And he said, "You be a part of the Dastan Goi ensemble and do a Dastan called Dastan Bahar Jadoo Ki." So there is a very interesting Dastan where Bahar Jadoo is the protagonist in the Dastan. And most of these Dastans are about you see people with some sort of magic realm, and there are sorcerers. It's more like the Western Harry Potter. Yeah. So you would find a lot of sorcerers and magicians, and they are fighting. Truth would always win over the falsehood, and so on and so forth. So I was doing 20 minutes Dastan called Dastan Bahar Jadoo Ki in Farsi, and we were traveling all over. In Delhi, I think we did some 12 shows. We went to Bombay, NCPA, which is National Center for Performing Arts. I performed there as well. Fortunately, got an opportunity to wear the costume which Nasir Sahab was wearing. And Mahmood said, ये नसीरुद्दीन शाह साहब ने पहनी थी, उनकी कॉस्ट्यूम है, आप पहनिए. तो मैंने पहनी, तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा भी लगा. And I did that. Around 20 performances of Dastan Bahar Jadoo Ki ke baad, I asked Mahmood, what next? The same question which I asked M.K. Raina a couple of years back. Mahmood said, go, make your own Dastans. I don't know whether he was joking or he meant it. So I went back to Atelier, the theatre group which I formed in 2004, and did not start the Dastan then. Believe me, I was like, अच्छा ठीक है, बाकी जो हम shows करते हैं वो करते हैं. I was doing a social drama, political one, project Antigone, सादत और सुमंटो की कहानियों पर काम कर रहे हैं. बादल सरकार का नाटक होता है, रामू रामू रामनाथन के नाटक हो रहे हैं. तो वो सब चल रहा था. During COVID, we thought, what shall we do to revive the theatre group? We had a theatre group of around 28 members then, I remember, and all of them were stuck at home. So there was no access to speak about what they wish to do, and there was no access to rehearse. All we were doing it, we were using Zoom calls to maybe talk and ask ki hal ne, baki sab theek thaak, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. And then we thought, let's at least do something creative so that life brings some meaning into the domain we dearly loved. And at that point of time, I proposed the group, would you like to look at the verses of Guru Nanak? None of the members in my theater group are from so they said, you have to teach that to us. Uh, so I started uh, bringing in Guru Nanak in the conversation. And over 2.5 months, we reached a point where everyone started enjoying it. And we all know that there were losses of grave consequences during COVID. Somebody lost their dear ones. There was loss of finance. There was loss of a job. People were not understanding where we are leading to. Maybe Guru Nanak had answers to certain questions we all felt. And I think that's actually the point where we started feeling strongly about Guru Nanak and what he's offering to the world as a guide, philosopher, and guru. That's the beginning of Daastaan-e-Guru Nanak. And we wrote the first draft, which was around 35 minutes, and then we uh, completed it. And Shipriji, during that time, there were no auditoriums available. So we started a small movement called home theater. ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ we'll ask people that instead of you coming to auditoriums, we'll come to your home and we'll do dastan. I remember it was in Noida, a space which is close to New Delhi. We received the first invitation to do Daastaan-e-Guru Nanak, and there were very few people in the audience, and we performed. And those who came to watch us, they invited us later. And again, those who came to watch us there, they started inviting. So Dastan became a kind of household name. And what was really interesting is people started cooking food for us. ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਨਾ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਸਨ, ਉਹ ਕਾਲਾ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦ ਬਣਾ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਸਨ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਦਾਸਤਾਨ ਹੋਏਗੀ, ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਕਾਲਾ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਾਂਗੇ. And it became a very interesting theatrical intervention with regard to Guru Nanak. I have read a couple of plays on Baba Nanak, but they were more on a different side altogether. I was very clear with Dastan Goi that I don't want to present Baba Nanak as a magician, as somebody who would do chhadi ko maan ge sab theek ho jayega. I wanted to bring him to audience as somebody who was in flesh and blood, who worked really hard to realize at the age of 30 he understood what he was seeking, and he walked the path. So we all wanted to walk that path instead of looking at him as a kind of guide who has all the answers. So that's the kind of journey we were oscillating between, from reading to adapting him for stage through storytelling and not from the other medium. Yeah, I'm sorry I took a lot of time saying this.
No, this is perfect. We want to learn more about your story, and that was so well told, and so many new things I'm even learning, and I've talked to you before about this, but it's fascinating. I'm going to show folks as we are doing this some pictures from our event. So ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦਿਸ ਰਿਹਾ, right? This was done under an oak tree in Alamo, and it was such a beautiful evening. ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਲੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਸਾਰੇ, everyone was sitting very comfortably, thanks to Sanjog and her mom's. This is her mom's place, And so thanks to them for inviting us. Just like Kuljeet ji was saying, they would go from home to home. And if you can tell us some numbers as I show these pictures, how many, you've gone from village to village and done this. And before you do that, let me also share, here's Kuljeet ji sitting, meditating in the back of the stage. He's taking it all in, even as he's done hundreds of these, but he's still listening and involved in the performance. I'm going to also share one other thing. Kuljeet ji is not just doing this Daastaan Goi, and being a Daastaan Go or managing the Daastaan Go and the singer, but he's an actor. He is a Bollywood actor in several of these movies. Sardar Udham is one of them. Akeli is one. Breathe into the Shadows is another one. But obviously, Kuljeet ji, what I want to ask you is, even as an artist, you have choices to do something that can bring you a lot of money, like this Bollywood movies. But then you choose to do something which you barely get some food at the end. Maybe kada prasad mil jaye at the end of the at the end of the performance. That's a big deal. So there must be something beyond just money that is driving you. So tell us about that, and tell us about the where all you've been doing this.
Well, you see, I had been asking myself for the last 2 decades, how much do I need to live a nice, healthy life? And I think there is no end to accumulating more. There is no end to it. And while I was living with my parents who passed away, who left for their next journey, uh, father 2 years back, mother 4 years back. So I also lived with the souls who never craved for material things, and I think I got these life lessons from them. As a family, I mean, sometimes parents teach you, sometimes they do it, and you get it from them. I think my parents did not teach me that we need more money, but they displayed it with their actions. Uh, I feel I'm rich enough because I have limited needs. I have very, very limited needs. And hence, I think whatever I could do with cinema, I invested that in theater. I invested that in one of my dream projects in the mountains, which I call it Miraki Creative Residency, which is functional now. There were months during COVID when I was finding a lot of pressure because of no work uh, and a lot of expenses since we started building Miraki then. But then I think patience, ਧੀਰਜ ਜਿਨ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਧੀਰਜ ਬੜਾ ਮਾਪਿਆਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਕਿ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਗੜਬੜ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਬਟ ਗੜਬੜ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ। ਐਂਡ ਦਾਸਤਾਨ ਗੋਈ ਦੀ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਗੱਲ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੱਸ ਸਕਦਾ, ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਰਕਤ ਹੀ ਬਰਕਤ ਹੈਗੀ ਸਨ। ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਦੇ ਕਦੇ ਸੋਚਣਾ, ਮੇਰੇ ਦੂਜੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਜੋ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨਾ, ਮੈਂ ਸਾਦਤ ਹਸਨ ਮੰਟੋ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਸ਼ਨ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਜਿਹਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਸੀ 292, ਦਫਾ 292 ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਸੀ, ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਨਾਂ ਰੱਖਿਆ 292। ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ। ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ 6 stories of Saadat Hassan Manto, which were banned. 3 banned before partition, the remaining 3 banned post partition. It's a 90-minute show. I think it's a brilliant piece which was written and performed. But every time we used to do it, ਸਾਡੀ ਟਿਕਟ ਵੇਚ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਖਰਚੇ ਪੂਰੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸਨ। ਬੜੇ ਔਖੇ ਸੌਖੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਕੰਮ ਨੂੰ ਚਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਸੀ, ਐਂਡ ਸਿਮਿਲਰ ਵਿਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਐਂਟੀਗਨੀ, ਸਿਮਿਲਰ ਵਿਦ ਅਦਰ ਥਿੰਗਸ, ਬਟ ਵੀ ਵਰ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰੈਸਿੰਗ, ਵੀ ਵਰ ਡੂਇੰਗ ਵੈਲ, we were getting invitations. With Daastaan-e-Guru Nanak, there is something which is inexplicable. There is a lot of barakat in wherever we go, whatever we do. Not that we are very well paid for this, but I have started believing that ang sang na Nanak Sahab ਸਾਡੇ ਖੜੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ, and I'm not just saying it for the heck of it. ਮੈਂ ਦਾਸਤਾਨ ਜਦੋਂ ਪਰਫਾਰਮ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਫੋਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਕਦਾ, ਉਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਿੰਗਰਸ ਬੜੇ ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਚੱਕ ਲਿਆ ਕਰ, ਕੁਝ ਗੜਬੜ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਟੈਕਨੀਕਲੀ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ. Ishmeet also this time said, I wrote a message to you, didn't you check? I said I didn't check it because I was somewhere else. It's completely meditative for me, and Daastaan-e-Guru Nanak has brought so much in terms of contentment, in terms of balm for the heart, in terms of ensuring that the message of oneness and truth is much above and beyond religion, which I always believed in. Born in a Sikh family does not mean that I should only talk about myself. It also means that I should be empathetic towards others. And I think Baba Nanak was giving answers to all these questions and concerns. For me, as I also told you during the performance, it's not a performance. It's basically an offering we do every time. And I feel ਉਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਕਿ what is the purpose of my life, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਕਰਵਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੱਥੋਂ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ. ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਥੀਏਟਰ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਨੇ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ 36,000 ਥੀਏਟਰ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਤੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ, ਸੌਰੀ, ਐਂਡ ਅ ਲੋਟ ਆਫ ਪੀਪਲ ਨੋ ਨਾਨਕ, ਬਟ ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੱਥੋਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ. ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ inspiration ਮਿਲੀ, and we started doing it. And none of the members in my theater group, they come from a community where they know they speak about Nanak. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਨਵੰਬਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਛੁੱਟੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਬਰਥਡੇ, ਬਸ that's the end of it. ਉਸ ਛੁੱਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਘਰ ਬੈਠਨੇ ਆ. And suddenly this theater production has given so much meaning to us in our life. I mean, I'm just trying to speak what is in my heart and in my head. But ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਦੇ ਕਮੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗੀ. ਹੁਣ ਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਹੋਰ ਹੀ ਜਿਗਰਾ ਵੱਧ ਗਿਆ. ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਜੀ. It's not about accumulating. It's about sharing. And in that process of sharing, you never feel ਕਿ ਕੁਝ ਘੱਟ ਹੈਗਾ. ਉਹ ਬੜਾ ਹੀ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਮੈਂ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਫੀਲਿੰਗ ਕਰਨਾ ਰੱਖਣਾ. ਹੋਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਝ ਹੈਗਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਲੋੜ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ. ਹਾਂ ਜੀ.
Absolutely. No, so just a quick couple of anecdotes from when we were doing it here. We did 3 offerings. One was in the Gurdwara.
Ji.
And at the Gurdwara, there were a couple of comments from the people at the Gurdwara. One, we were a little, uncertain as to what the Gurdwara would say. Because we are doing this in Urdu and Hindustani. It's not in Punjabi. But they were very, very welcoming. The Gurdwara said, "Tusi sanu pehle kyun nahi dasya? ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਦੱਸਦੇ." ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਮਹੀਨਾ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ, ਲੇਕਿਨ they didn't realize how amazing the program was. After they went through it, they were like, wow, I wish I knew ਕਿ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਪੇਗੈਂਡਾ ਕਰਦੇ, ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੁਲਾਉਂਦੇ. ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਆਏ, they were Sikhs, but there were many Hindus and Muslims who came. I'll tell you the story of a couple of Muslims who came. ਉਹ ਕਦੀ ਵੀ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਏ, And they were like, wow, ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, where you talk about सरबत दा भला ऐसा होता है यार, हम दोबारा आएंगे गुरुद्वारे में और कोई भी जा सकता है, वाओ, वहां पे खाना भी वाओ, for people who are used to going to the gurdwara, it is very normal. But having this kind of an offering in the gurdwara and inviting people who are never used to being at the gurdwara and listening to this was actually absolutely phenomenal. So thank you for the beautiful seva that you're doing. He's done hundreds of these programs, and many of them are, like he's saying, they don't ask, इन्होंने आके नहीं किया कि सानू इन्ना पैसा चाहिए या उन्ना ये करना है. They were just open, and we were fortunate that the communities got together and we have enough funding, so we were able to give some donations. But I want to show you a couple of pictures, and then this will be my last question, and then we'll go to everyone here. So, folks, if you're joining us, I'm going to point out a couple of people right after I show you these pictures. So this is Daastaan-e-Nanak happening in California. But here's a picture of Meraki. And Kuljeet ji has been very kind to me. He's shared some of these pictures. And after we saw these pictures, and he gave us a write-up on Meraki, we were able to give one of our, as everyone knows, we give 10 donations of $1,000 each to an artist who's doing phenomenal work. And so you are now part of the DhunAnand. You're one of our ambassadors of oneness. That's the award we give. Everyone here is an ambassador of oneness. But congratulations on becoming an ambassador of oneness. You're part of our family now. When we do these donations, we also ask if other people want to donate, and I'm not going to name the other person, but there was another $1,000 given by one of our supporters. I haven't asked her, so I don't want to take her name. But thank you for the support, everyone here. Thank you for this. But the money that we can offer them is nothing. A lot more is needed. Tell us what you're doing with Meraki and what kind of support you need. Apart from the money support, and we'll go over where everyone is from. You'll have a home everywhere in the world now after this meeting. Anyways, so tell us what kind of support you're needing and what kind of work you're doing at Meraki and where you are.
Yeah. So Meraki is an arts residency. So essentially, we do a lot of workshops in storytelling, drama, and theater at Meraki. Essentially, it's an abode of artists where they practice arts. Since my background is performing arts, so a lot of theater walas, music walas, and filmmakers, they come and conduct workshops and also ideate. It's a place where people come together as groups and ideate. Surrounded by 70 acres of reserve forest and all cedar trees, nestled in Himalayas, very close to Chail in Himachal Pradesh. If you go towards Shimla, it's pretty close to Shimla, around 35 kilometers towards the jungles. I bought this land in 2017 and started building Meraki in 2019. And then comes COVID, work got stopped and stalled. We resumed and completed the first phase of Meraki in 2023 December, which means we have 12 rooms there, all equipped with hot running water, with individual balconies and washrooms and all basic facilities, good facilities. We have one big rehearsal space where 30 people can rehearse at any given point of time. We have one open space where another set of people can rehearse. We have a very small library and a very large kitchen. So we can host 35 to 40 people at Miraki at any given point of time. A lot of Delhi school children, they visit Miraki during summers as well in the month of April, May, June. We do a lot of spiritual retreats. The first one of this season is going to happen on August 2nd and 3rd, called Ikyunkar. So it's a kind of series where we are looking at the Mool Mantra of Baba Nanak and inviting Dr. Brijender Singh Ratan, who happens to be my teacher as well, to talk about each component over 2 days. So first 2 days would be in August would be Ikyunkar, September would be Satnam, October would be Kartapurak, November would be Nirpao, and then we'll go one by one. And all 9 months are occupied. Now, coming to the question, we wanted to build an amphitheater. And the photographs which you shared is actually taken from below. That's the space which is being dedicated to amphitheater, and we could not complete it because we lost one project during COVID, which never came back to us, and phase two never resumed. And we are stuck because we are not getting sufficient funds, and I personally do not have any film project at present. So from where generally most of the funds come to Miraki, and we are looking for community to support us, and in lieu of that support, we are offering the space to them. So anytime in future, if you wish to use the space, please do come. And we need funds to build the amphitheater block. Yeah, which is around 43 lakhs is what is required. And we have a bit of it. We have started, but then I think midway we'll exhaust those funds and we would need more.
Beautiful. Yeah, I will encourage anyone who knows anyone who can contribute, if you can personally contribute. But I have one other good news for you. We would love to welcome you to all our homes. There are seekers everywhere in the world, and we would love for you guys to do Daastaan-e-Nanak everywhere that we are. And you'll get to know some of them as they ask questions. So whoever has questions, please ask. I want to mention a couple of people. One is my wonderful friend Ravi Arora. Ravi ji, welcome to Seekers. I think this is your first or maybe second time, and he's a wonderful friend of mine. They adopted me and Shilpi when we were living in Connecticut. So welcome, and so wonderful to have you. And he actually visited me last week, so I'm missing you already.
Likewise, likewise. Thank you so much, and thank you for the warm welcome and such call to everybody. Thank you.
You're welcome. And the other person I want to acknowledge is Shikhaji. She is a member who's been with us for a long time. She's one of our founding members, I believe. But she has been busy in the past few months, hasn't come as often. But she's here because she was really interested in this. And she wants to do some Daastaan-e-Nanak in Delhi. She's sort of running the Moon Rung stuff in Delhi. And so she'll be in touch with you. But Shikhaji, welcome, and so good to see you. She's muted. I think she's having trouble removing the mute, but she'll come back whenever you figure it out. We'll do it. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, hi Paji. Yes, Sasrika, everybody. I'm good to see everyone. And hello. I think I don't have to say, Kuljeet Paji, you have to take it over now. You're already doing at so many places at Delhi. And I was fortunate enough to witness it. And we look forward, as Shivpaji said.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
please stay in touch with these folks. Swarji ji is in Punjab. He sings at the Harmandir Sahib. He's one of our music teachers, and we would love to take your Daastaan-e-Nanak in a village and perhaps work with him. We personally have a village in Sangrur, so we would love to take you there. But yeah, we're part of you're part of our community. We'd love to share you as much as we can. Let's go to questions. Who has questions or comments or suggestions or whatever for Bharatji? Go ahead. Bharatji.
Kuljeet ji, I'm from Sacramento, California area. So if ever you are back here between Sacramento and Yuba City, we have a very good following here where I think it'll all be appreciated. But I think there's some noise at the background. Somebody's phone is...
There's some noise at the background. Somebody's phone is...
Wait. G.
Okay,
Sorry.
yes.
I think if there's some echo coming. I don't know why.
Now
That was me.
Now it's
Hi.
gone. Now it is
Oh.
gone. Now it is okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm
Okay.
late.
G.
So I've been involved with the Seekers for almost 2 years now. And I live not too far away from Shivji, up in Sacramento, Yuba City area. So definitely.
Yeah, so definitely, I think thoda plan ban raha si ਇੱਥੇ September ਚ ਆਉਣ ਦਾ September or has it changed?
Late September, and I think half of October is we are going to be there, Bharatji. We can definitely plan one Daastaan at your place.
Yeah, so we have more supporters in Sacramento, and we've never done an event there, so we'll try to do one there. That'll be wonderful. Gurmeher ji, and then Lama Saab.
Ji, once again, Sat Shri Akal, everyone. So, Kuljeet ji, like I mentioned earlier, I was really fortunate to watch you live in Bombay. And it was incredibly moving and so powerful to watch that performance of Daastaan-e-Nanak. I had a question, and thank you. Like, I can't thank you enough for keeping our spiritual tradition alive and for taking it so far and wide. My question was a little bit about your process. And that was, like someone, I'm not so highly educated, but a cousin of mine who's a PhD told me once that when you're doing a PhD, there comes a time you do a lot of reading, you're reading the masters, you're reading many other people, but there comes a point where you make the material your own. कि आपने 10 लोगों की आपने 100 किताबें पढ़ी हैं, मास्टर्स को पढ़ा है, पढ़ लिया, वो ज्ञान ले लिया, वो इल्म ले लिया, पर एक लम्हा ऐसा आता है where that material becomes your own. आप उसको गूंथ के you knead it into shape and that material becomes your own as an artist. Of course, like you said, you feel divinely guided and you are, Babaji is watching over all of us. But how did you kind of, beat it into that kind of shape where the material became your own? From all that you had read and seen and performed and everything, the other performances you had done, I mean, of other dramas.
Thank you so much for raising this question. And I'm really thankful you raised this. You see, theoretically, we had been reading a lot about Guru Nanak, not only recently, but as a child who was born in a Sikh family, you get to hear a lot. You get to hear words like Naam. You get to hear words like Hukam. You read Japji Sahab almost every day in the morning. And not just Japji Sahab, you look at the life and journey of Guru Nanak, and your dadis and nanis and your mother, everyone is talking about the same. When you grow up, you read the tikas of the same by scholars in the Sikh theology and the tradition. You become more educated. You suddenly feel that you know what Baba Nanak is writing. But I think what comes closer to you when you get into the crisis mode, and perhaps I think that's the moment, Gurmeher, when you start looking at these so-called theoretical frameworks in the experiences of life. And it's not a kind of few weeks or few months where you understand those moments, which I call experiences. But then when you start looking at life in entirety, these things start to fall in place, and you stop questioning. Rather, you start accepting, and then suddenly you would feel perhaps this is what Nanak is saying with the idea of hukam. He's not saying that hukam is something um, which would be ordained to you. Maybe hukam is beyond the idea of ordaining something from the divine. It's more towards accepting what is happening to you in this life, and maybe trying to do what best you can do within the mode of which we call as crisis. To cut the sort of long discourse short, I think with each passing day, and they become a week and a month, when you become more mature towards the verses, like any ordinary curious student, I also began my journey looking at Baba Nanak from the idea of understanding the meaning of the lines which he wrote. And I think from understanding the meaning to asking scholars what he meant by this line, to putting those experiences of verses into your practices would make the experience denser and richer. And that is what has happened uh, uh, to us and to me personally while creating Daastaan-e-Guru Nanak. And at times I feel, though we claim that we are the creators of Daastaan-e-Guru Nanak, the process has reversed completely. Now, the Dastan has started talking to me over a period of time. Instead of me saying this is the way to do things, now Dastan is saying this is the way to do things. And perhaps from those deeper mm, understandings comes the question, how shall we travel with the Dastan? And shall we put a, Shivpreet ji, very funny, shall we put a kind of uh, uh, tag of contribution for the Dastan, like a lot of other productions do? I really scare with this entire idea when somebody asks me, what is the fees you take for Daastaan-e-Guru Nanak? And I'm unable to say anything. And not that I'm boasting about it, but I don't know. I should share it with seekers. I don't know how to negotiate with it. And when I look at this, why Kuljeet cannot quote, I think perhaps this is the understanding which Guru Nanak has given to us and obviously to me, that sharing is precious and it's beyond the idea of the material quote which we do for my other productions. And while I care for this and I practice it, I think every time that dastan which comes out from जिसको हम बोलते हैं ना कि आपके जो संकीर्ण जो बहुत छोटे शैलो स्वार्थों से निकली हुई एक एक रचना होती है, आपके बहुत संकीर्ण स्वार्थों से बनी हुई एक रचना होती है, आर्ट पीस होता है, उसका चाल चलन और उसका टेक्सचर कुछ और होता है। लेकिन जब आप उन संकीर्ण स्वार्थों से ऊपर उठकर कुछ काम करने की कोशिश करते हैं, उसका टेक्सचर बदल जाता है। तो ये एक्सपीरियंस has dawned upon me over several months. And then when I look back to what Baba Nanak is saying, I perhaps feel we are on the right path, and this is perhaps the way to go about it. Gurmeher, I hope I'm able to respond to your very dense question, but this is one perhaps strand of that question which you posed to me, and there are very many other segments to it. And I personally feel now Dastan has started speaking to us instead of me claiming that we have done Daastaan-e-Guru Nanak. Daastaan-e-Guru Nanak has started creating me as a person. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Ji. Very enlightening. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a very insightful question. Thank you, Gurmeher ji. One of the things that we do at Seekers is we hand you off when you're new to the community. We give you a friend. So Gurmeher ji, I am randomly picking Shikha ji to be your friend. So Shikha ji, please reach out to Gurmeher ji, and if she has any questions about Seekers, please let her know, and then she's going to be your best friend now.
I was going to say, Shikha ji is everyone's friend, but now she'll be your best friend.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
The other new person is Ravi Virji here, and Ravi Virji will give you to Swarjit ji. You're both interested in music. I know Ravi Virji is interested in music. So Swarjit ji, तुसी इन्हां दा ख्याल रखना है. He's very business savvy, sort of senior executive at MasterCard. And Swarjit ji is totally opposite. You know, he's a musician. He sings and he does all of that. But we'll pair the two of you, and your best friend is going to be Swarjit ji, and he'll if you have any questions about Seekers, please ask him. So we'll continue with the questions. Lamba Saab, you're on next.
Sat Shri Akal ji, Sat Shri Akal everyone. Wonderful, Kuljeet ji, to hear about you. Though I belong to Delhi, but I had not heard of you, basically. I am not a bit of theatre or movie person type, so I heard it first here only. So that's very wonderful of you. Great to hear you. Definitely, this family is one of the great family I've come across.
Wonderful. So Lamba Saab is in Delhi, and he's also in Toronto. So you have so one person gives you two homes, Kuljeet ji. So he's a good person to know.
Right now, I was about to come to that. Thank you, Viji. I'm in Toronto visiting my daughter. So I'll be back in Delhi somewhere September end or so. So I'll be in touch with you. I'll catch up.
Please, most welcome.
I have, I don't know, yesterday we were contemplating, and there was a line called, in which is your Shabad, which you recite, there was a line, Mere man hor kuch mukh kuch hor. If I'm reciting it correctly and remembering it correctly. So that is a line. Now you are so close to Nanak, I say. One. You are doing theatre, you are living life, you are looking both the side of the coin, basically. Life of theatre, life in actual, both sides of coin. So, and you are so close to Nanak, which I can feel. I want you to enlighten us a little bit on this issue.
In terms of how I look at theatre and how I look at
so I'll repeat the line he was mentioning is, you know, Guru Ramdas in Rag Dev Gandhari, And Dev Gandhari is a shabad, is a rag where you sing when you are a singer of the divine. आप गंधर्व बन जाते हो जब और एक डिवाइन मेलोडी गाते हो outside the gate of the heavens. That's when you are singing Dev Gandhari. And in Rag Dev Gandhari, Guru Ramdas sings, हमरे जी होर मुख होर होत है, हम कर्महीन कूड़ियारी और तुम पवित्र पावन. So he's saying कि मैं तो कुछ भी नहीं, मैं तो. So there are two sides of life where we are nothing, and then we जो भाव है त्यों राखो मेरे स्वामी, जन नानक शरण तुम्हारी. And then you come into the Sharan of Nanak and you are also everything. So how do you manage playing in both the worlds, in real life and in spiritual life? Because the Guru also says ke Ighe nirgun ughe sargun kel karat bich swami mera. The divine is playing between reality and this dream that we call the world. And how are you able to live this dream? Going back and forth, between reality and dream.
Yeah, that's
is that yeah,
absolutely. We did it so connected, right? That is one part. There is other part also. Like what I want to say, other part is we all have a dual personality. ਜਿਵੇਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਸਕੂਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਦਾ ਰੰਗਤ ਕੁਝ ਹੋਰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਟੀਚਰ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਤੇ ਮਾਪਿਓ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਉਹ ਕੁਝ ਹੋਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਡਿਊਅਲ ਪਰਸਨੈਲਿਟੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਥਰੂ ਆਊਟ ਲਾਈਫ ਕੈਰੀ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਬੜੀ ਔਖੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਿੰਗੂਲਰ ਪਰਸਨੈਲਿਟੀ 'ਚ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਇਟਸ ਵੈਰੀ ਡਿਫਿਕਲਟ ਪਾਰਟ I had learned it in a very difficult way, but if somebody can learn it, it's fantastic. It's beautiful to do. And it's very difficult. So I'll say how you relate a normal life and a theatre life in person as you, definitely, and people around you. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਲਿੰਕ ਕਰ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸੈਪਰੇਟ ਕਰ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਇੱਕ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲਿੰਕ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੈਪਰੇਟ ਵੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਯਾਰ ਇਹ ਇਹਦਾ ਥੀਏਟਰ ਪਾਰਟ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਛੱਡਦੇ ਹੁਣ ਇਹ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਇਹ ਆਪ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਹ ਆਪ ਇਹ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ I want to I had just tried to connect the dots.
Yeah. Very, very complex question, but thank you so much for
that's why we got you in front of Seekers. नहीं तो सौखे question ਤੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦੇ
ਦੇਖੋ ਮੈਂ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਨੂੰ ਐਵੇਂ ਜੀਣਾ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਜੀਣੇ ਦੀ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਨਾਟਕ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਮੈਂ ਨਾਟਕ ਨੂੰ ਐਵੇਂ ਜੀਣਾ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਹੈ ਥੋੜੀ ਸੀ ਗੱਲ contradictory ਲੱਗਦੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ but that's what I do. I live life like a play. Oh, chal rahi hai ji, chal raha hai, kuch ho raha hai. So I become a part of several characters. And it's a drama, it's going to get over. Today, tomorrow, soon, kuch saal, jinne saal chalana hai, Malik chala lega. And when I do theatre, अच्छा ਇਹਦੇ ਚ ਮਜ਼ੇਦਾਰ ਗੱਲ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਿਵਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਜੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਥੀਏਟਰ को बिल्कुल जिंदगी समझो ਇਹ ਮੇਰੀ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੇਰੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਥੀਏਟਰ को जिंदगी समझना ਉਹ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਅੱਜ ਤੋਂ 20 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਸਮਝ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਥੀਏਟਰ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਹੈ ਸਟੇਜ ਤੇ ਖੜੇ ਹੋਵੋ ਉਹ ਸਟੈਨਿਸਲੇਵਸਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ the truth of the moment ਉਹ truth of the moment ਮੈਨੂੰ 20 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ truth of the moment ਕੀ ਹੈ ਹੁਣ ਉਹ ਕਿਉਂ ਸਮਝ ਆਇਆ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਟੇਜ ਤੇ ਖੜੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਸਭ ਲੱਭ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ 20 years later, now I feel ਦੂਜਾ ਪੱਖ ਵੀ ਖੜਾ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਇੱਕ ਥੀਏਟਰ ਹੀ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਇਹਦੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਉਲਝਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਐਨ ਹੋਣ ਦੇਣਾ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਲਾਮਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਕੁਝ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਆਨਸਰ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਡ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੋਵਾਂਗਾ ਹੋਰ ਡਿਸਕੋਰਸ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ on a daily basis ਇਹ ਰਿਅਲਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਪਕੜਨਾ ਉਦੋਂ ਕੰਮ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਮਟੀਰੀਅਲ ਦੇ ਜਾਂ ਅਦਰਵਾਈਜ਼ ਉਹ ਪੂਰੇ ਹੋਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਹ ਅਧੂਰੇ ਹੀ ਨੇ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ
ਇਹ
ਠੀਕ
ਕੋਈ
ਹੈ।
ਲੀਲਾ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਨ ਸਪੋਰਟਸ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਡਿਵਾਈਨ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਚੱਕਰ ਚਲੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਮੇਰੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਫੀਲਿੰਗ ਔਨ ਅ ਡੇਲੀ ਬੇਸਿਸ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈਗੀ। ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਫੜ ਕੇ ਬੈਠਾ, ਉਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਕਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਟਿੱਕੀ। ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਛੱਡਿਆ, ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸੈਟਲਡ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਬਟ ਆਈ ਐਮ ਮੋਰ ਸੈਟਲਡ। ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਬਾਬਾ ਨਾਨਕ ਵੀ ਇਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਸਨ, ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਵੀ ਇਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਇਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਗੁਰਮੇਹਰ ਦੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਤਰਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। ਐਂਡ ਆਈ ਐਮ ਰੀਲੀ ਥੈਂਕਫੁਲ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਥੀਏਟਰ ਕਰਨਾ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਆਸਾਨ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਗੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਣਾ। ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਥੀਏਟਰ ਨਾ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਔਖਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ। ਬਟ ਦਿਸ ਹੈਜ਼ ਬਿਕਮ ਈਜ਼ੀ ਫॉर मी टू ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਕਿ that I should lead stage as life and I should lead life as stage. On the surface level, it might sound contradictory, but this is perhaps the truth of life. And it is working well for me. Absolutely, it's working well for me. Yeah.
So, Lama Sahab and Kuljeet ji, I am just amazed. ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਬੋਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਦੇਖੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ how he manifests. ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੀ ਉਮਰ ਮੈਂ ਗਾ ਕੇ ਇਹੀ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਕਿ the purpose of life is to sing. ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ, ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਨਾ ਕਿ purpose of life is to sing, ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਯਾਰ हमारे पास, मैं तो गा ही नहीं सकता हूँ, मेरे पास वॉइस नहीं है। ऐसे you don't need a voice to sing, you need a heart. And when the Shakespeare को पूछ लो, he'll say the whole world is a stage. And Guru Nanak को पूछो, वो कहता है कि सारा वर्ल्ड गा ही रहा है यार, मैं भी गा रहा हूँ, तारे भी गा रहे ने, पेड़ भी गा रहे ने, केड़ा है ਜਿਹੜਾ नहीं गा रहा। ਇਹ ਗਾਣਾ ਹੀ ਸਾਡਾ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ। ਐਂਡ ਇਹਦੀ ਦੇਖੋ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਜੀ ਟਰਾਂਸਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪੂਰਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦਾ ਨਿਚੋੜ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ we have to know that life is a drama and that the drama that you are doing, the creative energy that you are putting in, that the singing that you are doing is the real life, right? Oh, tanya, and if you don't sing, it's is as good as you are dead. Akha jiva visare, as long as I sing, I live. As soon as I forget, I die. So for him, the singing is this theater. Oh, theater hi life hai yaar. So thank you so much for such a wonderful translation of Guru Nanak's Japji. This is what it is. Thank you so much. That's just blew me away. Ravi Veerji, you had a question. Go ahead.
No, Shivji, I think this is already, thank you so much. And there's so much already, I learned so much. And Kuljeet ji, look forward to hosting you in New York tri-state area. I'm in Connecticut. So we look forward to having you in September, October, when you come next.
Sure.
What is the, generally, I'm sorry, again, if I missed it in the beginning, but in general, like what is the overall, just I'm thinking from in terms of total time needed for hosting, something at a gurdwara or let's say even at a residence. Like what is the general
75
things
minutes
needed?
performance. 75 minutes offering from the opening till the end. And generally, a lot of people ask me to do some sort of responses post-performance with regard to genesis of Daastaan-e-Guru Nanak, why we are doing Daastaan-e-Guru Nanak if we are doing so, and what are the sources we used in order to create Daastaan-e-Guru Nanak, and a couple of other general questions and queries. I think in total around 100 minutes is what you need. And in case you also wish to bring tea, coffee, then whatever, half an hour more. So I think 2 ਘੰਟੇ ਦੇ ਨੇੜੇ ਤੇੜੇ ਠੀਕ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ, 2 ਤੋਂ 2.25 ਘੰਟੇ ਵਿੱਚ हो जाता हैगा. And if you don't wish to bring in the Q&A, then you would save some 15-20 minutes. But a lot of time
The
people
Q&A
say
is
that
the best
Q&A
No,
part.
is
You
that is
don't
the
want to
most
miss the
important.
Q&A.
Yes,
You don't want
that
to
is the
miss the
most
Q. The Q&A
important.
is yeah. It's awesome.
That is the
So
most
by the
important.
way, Raviveer ji, we have Sanjog ji here, who's not here today, but
Hanji.
she helped put the 3 performances that we did here. So we have a lot of in-house knowledge on how to
Oh,
do
okay.
those
So we
events.
can.
So very easy, and we can even we also have everything set up so we can put posters, and all we need is a place and some friends, and that's it. That's all you need, and
Exactly.
we'll take care of the
and
logistics.
to
Thank you.
Shivpriji, and to improve the experience, good solid sound system. That's it.
Yes,
Hanji.
yes.
Good solid sound system. Yeah.
Thank you.
Excellent. Any other questions, comments, thoughts?
Your friend Anika is here.
She hello Anika. So Anika is one of the founders of the Seekers program, and लेकिन बड़े चिर तो आई नहीं है ते इस कोलों ਅਸੀਂ
No, I've been
so
here.
so we
I've
have
been listening.
हाँ they but the good news is the next Sunday fun day she's running, so that is the first Sunday of next month. So
Yes,
welcome Anika, so good to see you, hope you're doing well. And
likewise. Likewise.
she's going to be doing the vote of thanks for
Well,
Kuljeet ji.
I just want to say that it's so wonderful to have Kuljeet ji as a friend, for a long time now, and supporting the vision, that we all share about oneness. And now to have him as a part of our Seekers community means so much. It's like, all the on vibrational level, we've all been connected for a long time, but we only had to meet recently when we did. And that's how divine timing works. And I've heard such great things from Kuljeet Singh about the US tour, and I love the title, Guru Nanak in States.
Guru Nanak in States.
The movie coming soon. The movie that's come,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
played it.
Nanak
So,
in States.
Nanak in States. So,
If he can go to Makkah and he can go everywhere, so why not?
yeah, it will keep expanding. And I love that story about the oak tree,
Yeah.
specifically, that he shared.
I
That
have
doesn't
news
happen.
from here in the Silicon Valley. Oh, Elon Musk एक ना बना रहा है space craft. Oh, Guru Nanak ਨੂੰ Mars तक लेके जाएगा.
Right. We all will be pilots and co-pilots in that space. So yeah, it's wonderful. I mean, thank you to Veerji for, being part of the community and like making it happen, like going to States, and to Shubhpreet Veerji, for being that sutradhar of always connecting things, connecting people, connecting ideas, and also for all the wisdom that each one of you share on this platform. So yeah, thank you everybody, and thank you Prerna. I don't, because we're using a phone, I don't see everyone's faces, but perhaps, yeah, if we scroll through. So sorry for the sound, that was me, the echo that was coming. We were trying to see, should we connect from the laptop or the phone. So sorry for that little
No
bit
worries.
of disturbance.
Well, thank you everyone. This concludes the official part of the conversation. Thank you again, Kuljeet ji, for coming.